Alphabeta did not sign me. We started Alphabeta together. We literally built and created everything from scratch.
Wow.
I'm literally a co-founder of Alphabeta Records. I was not a signee of Alphabeta Records. Go front or go back.
We'll go back.
I started music through a school choir. And why did I join the school choir? Because of a girl. Because there was this girl in school that I used to like. And I discovered later that she used to go to the school choir.
Oh.
And the only way to be close to her was to join the choir. Not with the intention of singing.
Yes.
You know, so I had to join the choir to be close to this girl. And I had to accept the conditions that came with it. The condition was...
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Uncensored Twin Podcast, where truth meets fire. As you all know, this place is for and not against the truth. For yeah, anything we hear or see about this place, not truth.
Yeah.
Any man we come for you, she don't for the chair. Not true, he give a talk, we know the lie.
Yeah.
If they tell you anything about Uncensored Twins, no say nah, true.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your main host for today. My name is Jack, and I'm here with my amazing co-host, Jeff, my lovely twin brother. Like I said, a man worth $2.5 billion online. But offline, you know, get money. Una no mass, una the scene, packaging, all that clothes and so. Now, correct. So, ladies and gentlemen, sitting beside me is my lovely girlfriend, my amazing African queen, Black Melanin Popping. The only girl I don't say I say fine for the Africa. I don't know whether you gay with the watching video fine, but this my girlfriend is very, very beautiful. Sitting next to my twin brother is his lovely girlfriend, the photocopy of my girlfriend. Finest. Okay, the second finest girl in Africa after my own girlfriend. So, ladies and gentlemen, guess what? We have an amazing guest today. One of the finest A-list African artists with this unique way of singing. We all the whole world like him, especially his love songs. I swear to God, if you hear the grandfather love song them, you go fall in love. You feel love Chris woman, you feel love Chris man, only for your love songs them. He's no other person. He's a man that owns a school of music. He teach people how to sing. That means people that go attend class. That means he train people how to sing. He already graduate student there for his school of singing. He don't collaborate with A-list out there out of the world, other countries. Ladies and gentlemen, he's no other person than the Lion of Africa. I don't tell you, that person there, so only he song them. If you hear his song, you listen and why they cry. If you see, you chop fufu, so you take fufu chuka na inside water chop and check say the chop na soup. That means the grandfather is song over sweet. So, ladies and gentlemen, this particular guest, we are not going to sit down while we're coming here because he's so. Ladies and gentlemen, as you all know, you've seen and you're seeing it now. We're here with the Lion of Africa, Mr. Lionn. I don't tell you, I no. This way we don't bring on today. When you hear a song, you feel the chop fufu, you cut fufu, so put on for water chop and this chop na soup. The Lion of Africa. Lion, you're welcome to Uncensored Twin Podcast. We're happy to have you here today, boss.
I'm happy to be here, guys. It's a pleasure. Jack, Favor,
Face. You see, it's Mr. Lionn.
Wow.
So, ladies and gentlemen, as you all know, we'll be talking about his experience as an artist, not only an artist, but a successful artist, A-list artist in Africa. As you all know, the Lion of Africa. So, just be listening and be watching. Anything we hear or see for the place Uncensored Twin Podcast na true.
Yes.
We're not the live, we're not the form story. I say come na live, no let's say not the pass for TV live. Yeah. So just listen to us now as we ask Mr. Leo some questions about himself, his career, and just listen. Thank you very much. So, Lion, I should say not mind if I call you Lion because you are a true Lion.
Yeah, Lion. How many names are
All right. So, Mr. Leo, please, we would like you to tell us about your background, where you schooled, where you come from in Cameroon, Kumba Manfe, Baminda, any place. Yes. Would you like to know more about that?
Good enough. We're in Boya. This is where I was born. This is where I grew up.
Wow.
This is where I spent most of my life. Wow. Didn't know.
We didn't know.
No. Okay. Oh, when I know when I've new people here.
We don't really know.
All right. So my full name is Fonui Sobonwika Leonard.
Wow.
For those who insist on phonetics, they say Leonard na pidgin, English na Leonard. Now say they know.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you get the name, it can tell you directly that I come from the Northwest.
Sure.
So both my parents are from the Northwest region.
Wow.
And so to be precise.
Wow.
Some people, shout out to some people.
So both my parents are from the Northwest. so to be precise, but I was born in Boya.
Wow.
And I grew up here ever since. I did everything in Boya.
Wow.
I only left Boya when the war started. If not, then
Il faut aussi des boya.
I forgot me to me.
Vous voulez un grave boya, vous voulez tout gang. You don't we gang.
No, forgot me to me. Sometimes we don't do things.
So
I think that's too brief. But let me give more details to it. My dad worked with the penitentiary administration. My dad was a prison guard. That's on retirement for at least 20 years. You know. My mom was a farmer.
Oh.
Okay.
I was born in Boya town.
Okay.
Okay, Boya town.
Okay.
But I grew up in Warders Barracks. Do you know Enap, Bongo Square?
Yeah.
So you guys, you never go up there?
No, we never walk outside. We don't dey around. We don't dey around.
So when I just don't
Yeah.
how do I think I know Boya?
We know with time we go to work out.
So I grew up in Warders Barracks. First years of my life, right up to when I was like 15, when I went to secondary school. I was like my third year, second year, going to third year, secondary school, GHS Bukwango.
Mukwango.
It's my first secondary school. I still remember the principal's name even. Hanamboa Etonde. Yeah, just to take the time to just give a shout out. Sorry for names I remember.
Right.
So after my dad went on retirement, we came down to Moliko.
Okay.
So now Moliko we're all this
Come back.
we're all this boy.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Liu.
So it's in Moliko that I discovered music. It's in Moliko that everything entertainment started.
Okay.
So to cut long story short, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
And then I came to Moliko when I was still in secondary school, so I had to finish high school.
Okay.
And then, funny enough, it's going to shock you, but I schooled right behind you, CUIB.
Wow.
I was the second batch upon opening of the school. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
So I spent 3 years, CUIB, but then towards the end, music happened. So I actually started working at Demonte, but because I wanted to go further, at some point I had to resign
Okay.
to pick up music full time.
All right. Okay, thank you very much. Please, like you talk now, so we don't learn some. Only one thing, as we don't really know plenty things about you here. We don't know play where you come out. We don't learn plenty. We don't know how you start music. We know where to make you come out, boy. As we end of the year, we call you say Lion of Africa, and we should don't wait. All man calling a lion. Yes, we know you are a lion, but please, we would like to know what is the story behind the name Lion of Africa. Bam. Yeah.
The story, you mean from when I started calling myself?
Yeah. Like you tell we now say you be lion for whole Africa. You be king.
Why you decide for use that name?
Because
how you come about with the inspiration of using the name?
Well, but I hope you know that Leo means lion.
Leo.
Yeah.
So my lion is first of all by nature. It's not just it's by merit, by nature. It's just me, you know.
Wow.
Then it happens too that the lion is an animal I relate with a lot.
Wow.
You know, no, I won't say totem. I would just say it's I admire a lot of the features of a lion. Some people go for an eagle. The snake people are the people I'm afraid of.
Actually, yeah. Actually, you be lion, true.
So at the start, when I started singing, the name used to be just Leo.
Leo.
Just
Okay.
At some point, they started calling me Leo Boy.
Leo boy.
You know, but when I started doing demos in the studio, my songs used to be so mature, lyrically and melody wise, that lots of people could not merge the product to the person they were seeing, So most people were like, when they listen to the songs, it sounds like an old man. The voices, you don't expect to see a small boy. I mean, I'm talking about 2010. And you can imagine how I was,
Oh, quite a long time.
Yeah. So a few people just like that in the studio, just out of respect, started calling me Mr.
Leo. Wow.
So I used to call myself Leo and Leo Boy. A few people, because of the songs I did,
Yeah.
they were like, man, this song, man, you Mister. Why they call
Mister. You know, it's only Leo, the Mister.
yeah. Why it's only oh papa, and mature lyrics and stuff. I liked it, so I adopted it.
Yeah.
Wow. So that's the name I used for a long time, especially when I started with Go Better.
Go better.
But at some point, I started looking for something more. I started when you start doing something,
Yeah.
even for you guys, you might not know now, but you still have a lot to readjust in
For sure.
your vision. So now it's still more of purely passion, the love of it. But the more time you go, you really start worrying about the vision. You start worrying about the future of it. You start worrying about how the building is going to look like.
Yeah.
If you had messed up with the foundation, you find yourself going back and stuff. So it's not like this foundation was shaky for me. Over time, I had to retouch the vision, and at some point, it was just time for me to open that door and do something more. And for me, it was not easy because it's not something that Cameroon easily welcomes, that change of genre music and stuff. So my idea was just to tell myself there's no limitation in music. Even in an industry where they've succeeded putting everything in one box, it's like there's a particular way to do it. And if you don't do it that way, you're doomed, I just don't believe in blockages. I don't believe in small prisons mentally, especially when it comes to creativity. So when it was time for me to do that, that's what I related to more. And you can tell that even the music, the music represents that. So the idea was just to open up my door more for festivals too.
Sure.
So many people thought, up to now, lots of people still think I was tripping and I'm still tripping.
Yeah.
That's what many people
Sure.
think. But the idea is, it's written nowhere that we are supposed to end up only on urban stages.
Yeah, man.
They know that I will not my face say, this is what you do and so you must do and so they end only for urban stage. So what about some of us who have the zeal and who really want to perform at festivals, big festivals and stuff? It's a whole different ball game. It's totally different. It's not about urban music. It's something else that you have to bring to the table. And I had to go for that. And of course, it risked something, but people are going to complain. My question is, how many of you know my vision?
That's true.
Enough to judge through the moves I make, You can judge from a general perspective and say, okay, maybe the change was brutal, but you can't really judge if you don't know, the details of it. So that's the whole idea behind the Lionn of Africa.
The Lionn of Africa. Wow, thank you so much.
Upon arrival of the Lionn of Africa album.
You don't make an I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, so thank you very much, Mr. Leo. So apart from being an artist, is there any other profession you would have loved to become? And have you ever wanted to become an artist?
Yeah, it's a good question.
You want the truth? Honestly, I never dreamt of becoming an artist. It was never part of the plan. It was the last thing I was thinking of doing.
What's the truth? They talk my truth. Uncensored.
Yeah, why? Most often I say, I didn't choose music. Music chose me.
Oh, wow.
For a few reasons. I'm very good at lots of things. I used to play football. I almost went professional. I'm a painter. I just stopped at some point. And then throughout my years, secondary school, high school, I studied science. I'm a pure science student. I never studied arts.
Wow.
So actually, I wanted to do medicine.
Wow.
Okay. Wow.
That's why I say music was not in the plan.
And that's true. Actually, you're playing it in the year.
But as I grew up, I realized that my enthusiasm and my drive towards medicine was formatting for my dad. He wanted me to be the doctor. He didn't have the chance to become something like that. But I just got to realize with time, and I had to start pushing myself to go towards the things I love.
Yeah.
And it's not like I wasn't good at school.
Yeah.
I need Brackwell, but I don't take first tools on time. Then Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't know, boy. If I lie, my way be go live out in me. We can talk. I guess school they will go. I get highest average for the school up till now. No one ever beat my history.
Yes. Wow. Yes. Now the truth down I even know about the Lion of Africa.
Yes. Unless say up till now, some person don't beat my history. My history.
Well, you don't know.
Salvation Bilingual High School. From 3, I think first year, I had a 19 point. I was first whole school.
Yes.
School.
Science student.
So just to say, I was a good student.
Also,
But it was not for me.
Yeah.
How did I get into music? Why do I say I didn't choose music? Music chose me.
Good.
I started music through a school choir, and it was just about singing. It was never. It was not to do music. The idea was not to do music.
Yeah.
And why did I join a school choir? Because of a girl. It is so funny, but because I go was with chick,
He decided to join school choir.
I discover passion. So the career start. So I become Mr. Leo. Like,
Yes.
that's the only reason why I went to the school choir, because there was this girl in school that I used to like, and I discovered later that she used to go to the school choir.
Wow.
And the only way to be close to her was to join the choir. Not with the intention of singing.
Yes.
So I had to join the choir to be close to this girl. And I had to accept the conditions that came with it. The condition was, if you join, you need come out. Put if you can't play. You understand?
Yes.
Put if you enter school choir, you can't play. And it was like something prestigious kind of extra activity, you see. So I had to accept my faith and accept doing something that I don't plan to do, just to be close to this girl, And then a few months later, she actually started, dating.
Yeah.
And yet I still could not leave because the law said,
if
if you join,
the commode.
Now so I think I'm tight. I want to see what others that like her.
So you think I like your music?
And it is until I started liking it, I started loving it, that I realized that I was actually extremely good at it.
Wow.
Wow. But then now it doesn't end with passion. I had to make a conscious decision to do this and do it well. At least for the first time, I found something that I am good at, and that I really want to do. I was good at lots of things, but there was a lot of confusion. Most of the things I wanted to do, family didn't, let me see through. From football, they discouraged me way early, painting, whatever. But then music was that last thing. I was like, I finally found something that keeps me up at night. Like, this passion thing was a funny thing. Me, other sense of school, I'm bang GC.
Just because of music.
Because of music.
Aye.
I wrote advanced level twice. Even my friends were shocked.
Yeah, that kind of thing. No, yeah, I can sign. It was like I saying then.
You feel.
You feel.
Like, yeah, because of music. So passion is it has a way it takes you, and right now I literally believe the things you are truly passionate about and the things you are truly meant for, even if you run away from them, it'll catch you.
No, catch you.
Thank you. Time the way you be this sing, we be there for some record level. Alphabeta Records. Yeah. Sometimes we be sing for the DVD for this. Sometimes now you can't come out. So really want to know, after you don't come out for the Alphabeta Record, what motivated you to create your own record label, Lionn Production? Was it a way to gain your freedom?
Tricky question, but was it a way to gain my freedom? No, not at all.
All right.
So I was first with Alphabeta Records. Many people don't know, but I think we have been long enough in the industry to start making clear certain things.
Yeah.
Though this word signing, I don't know what people think of that word.
Signing, yeah.
But it's a word that we all use just to make it fit that situation.
Yeah.
But when it comes to Alphabeta did not sign me.
Oh.
We started Alphabeta together.
Okay.
That's when people don't know. That's how people have never taken the time to check the history. There's a difference when you open up a record label, you set up an entire space like this, there's an office running, and you sign an artist, you guys sign contracts, you make a whole plan, And there's a difference when the two of you, Jack
joined it.
And Jeff, decide to start something and
Something
put together Alphabeta Records.
Yeah.
Decide right up to the name. You're like, okay, let's use Alpha. You're like, no, let's use Beta.
Okay. Wow.
Well, of course, one person was more advanced. One person was taking the lead more.
That's true.
When it comes to how the artistry goes and everything else.
Sure.
But we literally built and created everything from scratch together.
Wow.
Yeah.
So in this case, we cannot talk about Alphabeta without talking about Salatiel.
Yeah.
So Salatiel is like one of the main founders of Alphabeta Records. I'm literally a co-founder of Alphabeta Records. I was not a signee of Alphabeta Records. I'm a co-founder actually.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
So there's two guys who met in the choir. I met him too in the choir.
Okay, that choir. Yeah, I don't know. You be tell with small secret. He go follow Nangatu.
I don't want to talk. Say ma explain. No, don't understand. No.
Explain that for you.
Jack.
Yeah.
Now choose. You not talk nothing. You not talk nothing.
Yeah.
We go front or we go back.
We'll go back. Why? Yeah. What does that follow Nangatu? One. Yeah. People don't ask for
So just a little story before we continue.
Yeah.
All right.
When I joined the school choir, the name of the school choir was Salvation, Breakthrough Voices of Salvation Bilingual High School.
Oh, wow.
Salvation Bilingual High School, which is beside here,
Yeah.
2 steps away, And they call themselves the Breakthrough Voices. Most of them were writing the advanced levels, and I think 3 of us were writing the ordinary levels. Everyone in the choir was in an examination class.
Wow.
Like 20 people. So they started the choir, and at some point they had difficulties because they didn't have a director who can properly direct the music.
Yeah.
So they had to bring in Salatiel. And how is Salatiel connected to the choir?
Yeah.
Basically, maybe the sponsor the choir.
Yeah.
Ebut, the legendary Ebut history teacher. Any begin for boy, we know Ebut. Know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Ebut. He's a big legendary history teacher.
Wow.
Here in the Southwest. He has seen thousands of students through. So he loved what this choir was doing, and he opted to sponsor. So this is a teacher in the school who just listens to these kids. Decided to start spending his own money, like he was taking care of everything. It's not like he was rich.
Yeah.
That's what I need people
Just
to
love
understand.
that.
He was not a rich guy.
Just love for it.
He just loved it. So when he started investing in it a little bit, he now needed to make sure everything is going right. So he discovered the music had a problem. So he had to bring in Salatiel, who is his little brother, who is first year university. So the only person who was already in the university in the choir was Salatiel. And he was brought in because he was a pianist.
Yeah.
So he was the only one who was already a musician.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that is the person who completed the choir. Then we even did an album, even though because they have been messed that time, they know one song. They do album for that kind of 50 song. I'm not saying even know one break apart. They sing autism fit.
You just say had the ball. They don't be come out.
I should have been.
You don't be come out. That time you don't be friend for Grand Salatiel.
Dang, so no, it took a while before.
That's that time. It does.
I mean, I've been more down.
Where? You see some.
It took a while for me and Salatiel to really come close.
Yeah.
Wow. He came new. He was a little different, so it took a while for us to really bond. But it was not that complicated because since he's a musician, it was easy for him to, to look through the choir and know the people who have potential,
who have that talent,
who have something.
Yeah.
So I always felt discouraged because these guys were already singing like crazy, like them and them be this sing. And they should also
look at the magic.
Let's be this move some voice over.
It's in AI. It's in an AI voice.
I should also. I was singing to. Why I did for the place? Why I joined? A lot of times I actually tried leaving, but they kept insisting until I came back. So that's how Salatiel joined the choir to direct and complete the musical part of it. And we did an album. And then a year after, the group got dissolved because we were all
if not most of us, were in an examination class. So a majority was high school.
Yeah.
So after that, everyone is going to the university.
Yeah.
Some go to Chang, some to Yaoundé, some to, the north. And because he was in the University of Boya, and I was going to high school in the same town, so it was an opportunity for us to.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's how we became close, and I had to start going, checking on him. We started working. He helped me through my vocalization process until everything started coming together as a singer. It's only years after that we started doing music. At the start, for me in particular, I don't know about the others, but for me, I'll tell you something I hardly tell people. Even with the loss of the choir, it was still not enough to stop me, to force me to come, to be honest. I'm sure very few people think of it that way. I've grown up, not why I pay fees. So they never tell me, say, if I no can choir, they'll kill me.
That's true.
But it was the law, they disturbed a lot to make sure we come back, But the main reason why I went to the choir, yes, was because of the girl, but it's not because of her that I stayed. And I did not stay because of the loss of the choir.
Yeah.
I stayed because sometimes I call it a sweet U-turn and a sweet coincidence in my life. So I'm third, right? You know the third child trauma. Well, first speaking Andolo Yamo.
Yeah.
Second one is Idisikam. Third one don't be used to Masawaka. So for me, I felt the pressure of that to the point where it really started messing up with me. No need to go into anything funny or negative, but my growing up wasn't, like that. My growing up wasn't really, I was that kid who would wake up in the morning, I have about 20, 30 pigs to feed. Steadily come out, I got from my normal age, always is my 1 foot school. After school, I have animals to take care of business. So I only play on Sundays after church because Saturdays I have to go to the farm. And holidays, I farm back to back, 6 to 6 of business. So I never played too much. I only played a little bit in school. And my growing up was a little bizarre. Yeah. And there was a time I had serious problems home. Me and my dad were not talking.
Hey.
We didn't talk for so many years. Living in the same house. Living in the same house. Not like we don't talk. Man, you parents, no one talk, you know, slap him. But there was just constant tension. Because he kept wanting me to be this doctor that I didn't want to, wanting me to do this that I didn't want to, that I didn't like. A lot of misunderstanding. So at some point, the pressure was really too much. I almost went dark. When you are super skilled and everything about you is art, but you have been orientated to do purely science. It starts from very young, at the age of 10, 11, I was a very confused child. I'm good at this, but it's all about school.
Don't know what to.
And then the more I grow, I adopt other skills and then they kill it. My girl live 3 days only for format to I'm military now, So those things at some point when I started going through when I was rounding up my adolescence, getting new into adulthood, I started feeling this pressure. I started feeling like I'm failing without even starting because whatever I'm doing is not really what I like to do. And so the things I like to do, they killed it, and the things they want me to do, I don't like. And I'm actually good at the things they want me to do, even though I don't like it. So it's just a lot of confusion. So music came to me at a point where I was going rogue, I was going dark. All that frustration started linking up with the wrong crowds. I started doing funny things. I started rebelling somehow. So music actually saved me in ways I cannot even define. Because when I say go rogue, when I say I was going dark, trust me, that Moliko no rough now.
That time,
Moliko no rough now. Moliko is not that dark now. It's not You get as it be the first time.
I you understand.
And when it comes to the entertainment world, at least we were blessed enough to do something that left some kind of trail that others can follow. That at least you guys have some things to look up to and make some adjustments even before getting there. To us, it was you enter a shock, you make a mistake, you make a continue, you want to stop. So music came to me at a point where I was giving up on everything.
Try.
You know, I'd given up on football, I'd given up on painting. I actually took theater arts for a short while. Even as a science student, took courses on theater arts just because I wanted to be close to art. Everything I was doing arts, I was letting go.
Try.
And I knew the next step after that. I will go dark. I know myself. I will enter. But then, the moment I started going to the choir, this is the switch that happened in my mind.
Yeah.
I was that kid that would go home, would close from school, and then wait, everyone goes home. And then I only go back home around 6, 7. So that the time to sleep is really...
Yeah.
I don't want to get too deep with then there's too much pressure on and stuff. You allow you all time. You know, war outside, you get paid already.
I understand.
Say you be mistakes, you know, that kind of stuff. Those things happen, you know. So, on a normal day, that's what I would do. After school, I would just sit in school and just wait. When it starts getting dark, I go back home.
Try.
But music changed all that for me.
Wow.
It's like I had no life, but every time I sang, it gave me this peace of mind inside. It's like I was building a world in my mind that I control.
Wow.
You know? So most of the people in the choir thought I was coming back because I started loving it. But no, I was going back for that thing that was happening in my head.
Yeah.
My whole world was chaos. But anytime I went to the choir, when we sang, I felt free, I felt relieved. I felt like I created something that
enjoy.
Only I can control. Especially after the choir, I sit in another class and I'm singing. And it's just, I was just breathing a new life, you know.
So touching.
So that is the reason why I kept going back to the choir until I became an addict.
Wow.
It's my addiction for it that forced this out of me, because at some point now I wanted to do it and I wanted to become the best. I wanted to do it like nobody ever did it.
Yeah.
So I was forced to learn for it.
Try. You know, you see,
Yeah.
I understand.
So I know it's a little long, but
yeah,
that's how Salatiel came in the picture, and that's how, that's what's up.
Thank you very much, Lionn of Africa. Tori day time short, and we'll go talk. So, you know, years back, sometime the video, if you hear these 4 names, Mr. Leo, Salatiel, Bless B, Askia, all plays the shake.
Yes.
You hear the way that means
the normal note,
all plays the shake. In all, you hear one name, Alphabeta Record. Yeah, so I believe all wanna be enjoy that time, like wanna be feel friendship, like how you said, wanna be signing, not just join together, form something. So I just give you one question: do you miss Alphabeta Record?
Every day, yeah. Do you miss your sister's home?
I miss them.
I'm so much.
Normally.
So
when your Jesus in the cartier, you do miss them sometimes.
That's true. Sure.
So there's no doubt I do miss my G's. But miss, it depends. Maybe miss the work relationship. But these are guys we still meet all the time. We still play football all the time. We still do business together. The separation is just based on redirecting the energies, and you know, each person is trying to build their own thing.
But you know, we fans them online. We don't know this is happening. You understand?
It's because the normal Cameroonian expects trouble.
Normally, that's true. You don't talk out. You don't talk.
The normal Cameroonian expect trouble. If not, what have you seen online that shows we are in any beef?
Where?
I mean, other people do. This is not 2 people who came together because somebody signed them. It's 2 people who built something from scratch.
2 owners agree.
So it's not easy to it's really not easy to have a clash to the point where
right.
Yeah, that's true.
I know you're going to come to the question of why I left, but
please, I have this one question. You don't really talk on VSC this, so
feel free.
Yes, you don't really talk on VSC this, so wanna be normal, wanna be joint play, wanna football, everything they fine. So I don't know if I want to think the last song we una 4. The 4 names I don't call them, Mr. Leo, Salatiel, Bless B, and Askia. The last song they sing them together, it don't be for years. So I don't know. I just want to ask, can us, your fan, actually enjoy one song from you all again together, like one song we all did together and sing them? If we actually enjoy them, we hope for that.
Should we hope?
Like we hope to enjoy.
You know,
All right.
it's something that should happen. I think we owe the industry that. We owe that to ourselves. But I understand what's happening. I know exactly to where it happened.
Yeah.
Right now, we're just at a phase where, see, we don't need to understand. Say, whatever I do now, you should count yourself blessed to exist in a space where some people came before and did something to show you a roadmap. We did not have that. You know?
Sure, for sure.
All we had was each other
Right.
in a system that was all blocked. I mean, there was a time it was not even easy getting to Douala.
Yeah.
I single-handedly broke that bridge. As in, time where I start do promo, time where I start sing the promo. The time where Douala or whatever part of French Cameroon know nothing about English showbiz and English entertainment. The first person who gave an eye-opener was Jovi through hip-hop. And then Stanley came, still through hip-hop. And then I came and I did it for the singers. You know? As in, I started going to Douala at a time where they don't even believe there are singers from Boya.
Understand that time, no? Online,
They don't even believe there are singers in Boya. They had to listen to my songs over and over. And when I was all over the streets, that's when they started calling me and asking me, but you sing so good. Are there others like you? I'm like, are you people, man? Una the craze. Una the day for Boya. You know, so that was it for us. So today, I was just saying, you should be happy that at least you came out of
For sure, and we actually
a
have.
few steps were taken to open the road, to create some kind of roadmap.
I swear,
It was
but
never the case for us.
that time, in.
So what's happening now is, we started all young, we came together, and all we had was each other, and then we succeeded building something. But the more time goes, the more each person starts finding themselves. You know.
Yeah.
Each one start finding, that thing from within. And at some point, it's not war, it's not necessarily problems. I just started this, realizing the producer in me, the zeal to want to produce others, and the fact that I wanted to build my own thing. And because we started together and it was a little premature, we didn't set things right at the start. So when it came to maturity, there was not much to change. So the best thing in that scenario for me was to start thinking of creating, my own thing and my own concept. So what's happening to all of us now is I have a studio in Douala, have an academy, I have a full running office. He has same, but we are same. So I just think we were both building, to come to that place where you feel like, you've done the things you
dreamt of.
But I'm sure there's going to come a time where we'll come to the same table. But of course, as different entities, but then remind the public of who we used to be.
I beg. We need that collaboration again.
I think it's very
necessary. He talk now, so boy, he did less man cry. You understand? He talk not true because that time, even with them, once it wrote na Papa. You understand? That time online will be there for go sing, go say a cassette for all that stuff. So Lionn of Africa don't actually make a move more seriously. More expect. See one day collaborate come.
No. When I go online, goes ask Ghana.
Unabika all I say, I don't believe say it go happen. Salatiel best be ask here Mr. Liu.
It go happen. No believe it go happen.
We don't even have a choice.
Yes.
But I know no pressure people.
When I come down,
we don't pressure around. All right. Thank you very much. I have this question for you.
Sure.
Your release of Cœur de Lion.
Cœur de Lion.
Cœur de Lion 1 and 2 was a bold move. You understand? Like easy.
Yes.
So we really want to ask, what's the inspiration of you releasing 2 albums
the same day?
The same day, like I don't understand. The same day you move 2 albums. Actually, I believe now you be first person to do about Africa with me and more. Yeah, because I never see them.
Other people have done it before. I think Magaspa has done it.
Yeah. Wow.
Other people have done it before.
Wow.
I don't know about Cameroonians, but I think Fali did it.
Okay.
I
see it and I love it then. So wait to be the inspiration for you to move 2 albums on the same day. So
for one day.
No, it's my skin the hot.
You are no way.
All right. where do I start? Let me try to make it snappy. So with the coming of Lion of Africa, after the release of that album, some people thought the change was drastic. Some people thought the change was too sudden, But putting that aside, it's not about the sudden change for me. It's about how Cameroonians perceived it. It's through that album that I realized that Cameroon is one of the few territories in the world where we have succeeded reducing music into something very small. We have succeeded reducing music to just exactly what we love listening to and exactly what we want to hear. But I think as consumers and as true fans, it goes beyond that. Of course, artists will try to do, their best to please you. But true fans should always dig to know what's up with the artist.
Sure.
As in, I'm here to satisfy you and entertain you.
Sure.
But you also exist to discover me.
Yeah.
Now, if I always have to do things according to what you want and how you see fit and how you want it, it would always be about satisfying you. Most of the times, it will hardly be about, giving that thing that I have from inside. And for me, this is what I believe. People can take my word for it or not. I truly believe as creatives, the idea is to go back empty. In the sense that, let me live 50 years from now, 20, 30, 40, 60 years from now, whatever, feeling empty in the sense that I succeeded pouring out all I have in me. Because from my experience, the graveyard is the most talented place. The graveyard is the richest place. The graveyard is the place with the best ideas. But we are talking about people who never took the chance to show it to the world.
Sure.
But now that's what I believe as a creative. But unfortunately, I find myself in a system where we're obliged to do exactly what the system wants. Now that philosophy doesn't really apply.
Yeah.
And that's when you start developing the name of a radical, a stubborn person.
Yeah.
Or lots of people literally see you as a fool. Insults start coming. Now, people make it about the quality of the art instead of receiving what you're bringing. Not even about quality. Like, there's a difference between war music and music you don't like.
Yeah.
And I think Cameroonians have not succeeded making that difference.
Sure. True.
Especially the fans, the majority of the fans. I repeat, difference there between war music. I don't even believe there's war music. In the ones you don't like, and as a creative, anything someone does, and feels connected to it and feels like I'm creating something, it is a creation.
Sure.
And there must be a fan of it.
Sure.
But now, I don't know, Cameroonian, they still never explain for me what they mean by, that word. So people made it about what they don't like, and they forget to realize that sometimes it's really about the music, sometimes it's really about good music, sometimes it's really about receiving what this artist is bringing, especially if it's a serious artist. If Cameroon or if the fans was one person, I would say at some point I felt really disappointed, but my zeal is beyond disappointment. I poured my heart in that album. As in my mind, I was like, we can do more. We can open more doors. There's no limitation. There's no book that says we're supposed to end on urban stages.
For sure.
There's no book that says because I perform on urban stages around the world, I cannot perform at festivals like Shabona. But I just know that to be on the same stage with Shabona, there's a kind of music that has to accompany.
Yeah.
And then you start seeing the reason for an album like Lion of Africa.
Wow.
That album was not to send to the clubs. It was not to send for you to listen to when you have your birthday parties.
Yeah.
Or when you're vibing in the club. It was me opening another door and telling people, we're doing this but I have this too to offer. You know,
Yeah.
that's pretty much it. I also have this to offer. Even though we can spend 30 years in the industry, I go and you'll never know I'm capable of doing that. Like Lion of Africa. So today I'm one of the few Cameroonian artists who perform here in Douala, in Boya, and perform in Douala and Yaoundé, Abidjan, all over French Africa. And then you would see me at some festival too, where there's Salif Keita, where there's you know, I succeeded doing that, because doing that you have to risk compromising or doing something to change the music. That's to best suit that scenario. So coming back to your question, I'm making it long because I know you're going to edit.
I understand.
You can tell the important part. Coming back to your question, why the double album? We have a few reasons why we came up with the double album. If you listen to the 2 albums, Scared the Young One, it's really more of the old me. Like you can literally feel that connection to On va gérer, c'est faux, Kemayo with some of the songs. So the idea is reminder and satisfy. As in, Cœur de Lion is more reminding you of that Love original album that's just But then Cœur de Lion 2 is to keep it up, to speed it up to today. And then also tell you that, okay, this time around, to confirm that I'm the same cook, just a different dish that I offer. Now I'm coming back to what you love most about me. But at least after succeeding making my moves to get into festival, that you wanted to stop by all means because you did not understand. That's the main reason why we came up with 2 albums. To fill our gap. And we know it's been a while people didn't listen to this kind of music from this time.
That's true.
So we are saturating intentionally. That's why we came up with 30 songs at once. 15 is to remind you, and then another 15 is to fill up the gap for now, what's happening now.
I don't understand.
A little bit of what's to come.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Miss Salio, the Lion of Africa. Unaron here, the reason why he released 2 albums on the same day was to satisfy those complaining about this and this and this. To show you that see where don't take they never stop a day for audit. Now see that same cook, but just give offer a different chop them as we talk. So Grand, inside these songs I think we have 30 songs. And then inside the 30 songs, you just collaborate now one person. The rest of the 29 songs, you sang it all alone.
Was it to show us that you are the Lion of Africa? You actually say, okay, Lion are talking of the jungle. Lion understand that.
Wait, 29 songs alone, and then if you feature just one artist, why?
To answer your question direct, I think Nigeria is free. It just happened. So the idea was to do this album and then start calling my G's out for remixes when I'm shooting videos. You can see like it's 30 songs. Let's say for example I call up Magasco, and if he decides to bless me with a verse on a song like Finish Line, for example. And then now the video will come out the remix. That was more of the idea.
We did for background, don't know what it is.
And then we plan to do lots of remixes upon release of videos. And then Mimi, it don't happen. Like
easy.
I think it's just the spirit, because even after planning all that, it just happens that we were talking, and I was thinking she'll take time like the other artists do, but she was snappy. The moment I signaled, the moment I gave her a studio, a day for the studio, she popped up and we did it. We did it while we were still mixing. So of course, why would not put that? Now Mimi.
I'm not fine. I said,
so of course, we put it in the album. That was the plan, The plan was to do lots of remixes when the album comes out. But the energy pointed towards her before the album release.
Sure. Okay, so Mr. Leo, what's your favorite song in all the 2 albums?
That's the most tricky question for me.
Which one is now the rice where you eat, when the arrow where you don't decide who be on top. One know which one you get your favorite from. Now the kanda inside arrow, or now the fish inside rice. Yes, why man can understand?
This question is always difficult for me because actually I'm my number 1 fan.
I know.
No man no like my music passion.
You.
You sure?
No man. I listen to my music 24/7 every day.
Wow.
As in, I love listening to my songs. I love hearing my voice.
Yeah.
I love consuming my product. So I become a little jealous when I have to pick. I could pick according to the emotions that it evokes. But I can't really tell you this is my favorite and this is not my favorite.
Yeah.
But so far for this album, man, I can't tell you one song in particular. I might have a few that I could put, at the top, like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
But I never really tell you there amongst 30 songs.
Not the particular one.
I'ma do or die. One day.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll give you a couple. I haven't downloaded that I love really much. I have Wakaman that is very personal.
Yeah.
That I love so much. I have Malingi. That reminds me a lot of Désolé,
Yeah.
There's just I connect to each and every one of them in a different ways.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I'm also the creator, so I could give you like 3 that I really love.
Yeah.
But funny enough, depending on the situation, I could tell you that I love another one more. So
Not true.
Okay, thank you very much.
thank you, dear.
Also, so many people are complaining about your recent style of singing in a dialect.
Yeah.
Yeah. You also released albums of mostly love songs, which is what they wanted. But they are also complaining that you don't pay for promo.
True.
That you don't pay for promo. So what can you say about this?
So who are the ones complaining?
Comment section them. Cameroonians, you fan them. Plenty for the day, yeah. But if you talk any kind of thing, online, no be family member, no be money family member.
That's very ignorant to say somebody can just sit in another town and tell me in another space that I don't pay for promo.
Sure.
You know nothing about me, you don't know about my team, you don't know nothing. To answer that question, the first thing I'll bring to your attention is, we posted this, I posted this a while ago. Don't ever let people who know nothing about your vision or nothing about where you're going to predict how you're going to move or the kind of spectacles you're going to use, These are all people who know nothing about my vision, who understand nothing about the moves I make, There's lots of things we do behind the scene to catch up with activities. And when you say promo on what exactly? Because last time I checked, we have not started promo yet. So right now we're working, we're rounding up with 1 or 2 plan, and strategies and stuff so that we can start executing. We have people who already know too much to sit far and say, this
You
is
don't
my
pay for
promo.
For promo
and stuff. And besides that, I need people to realize that everything has changed. Even this, the way promo is done has changed.
Yeah.
There's a lot of readjustment to be done. Now, for artists who have producers, a producer would do that for you, brainstorm, strategize and execute. Okay, what about me? I produce myself, and I don't only produce myself. I produce other artists. All right. Now, I'll bring something to your attention. If any man they really watch me now, we don't ever produce artists seriously, I mean play. If any man fit testify, he will tell you how consuming it is mentally, physically, especially financially. All right? Okay. Plenty don't try and run.
Normally.
Sure.
Besides the strong hate and stuff, normal one they spend hundreds of millions. We not be sure of what will happen. But putting that aside, just to show you how tedious it is to produce, here I am, I produce myself and other artists.
Oh,
People need to call me a slack sometimes. I just sit sometimes and I feel like people just feel like talking too much. I don't only produce myself, I produce other artists. I have a whole academy that I run, a full running school with staff. I have a full running office with staff that are paid monthly. I have about 4 artists that I'm producing. This entire entity rests on one shoulder financially. So please forgive me if I don't do promo like you. Forgive me if I don't do promo like you. As long as you don't know my vision and know the realities that I'm dealing with and know how I plan to execute my actions, you have little to say when it comes to the things I do, and you don't even have the right to try to judge. A lot of people do that. Now they are making it about a guy who doesn't like promo and forgetting that this is just a vision bearer who's taking things gradually. and it's trying to move according to capacity few
Yeah.
times. And besides capacity, I need to take time to plan my stuff and execute. Because as at now, it's a machine that rests on one person's shoulder financially. That's the least I can say about that. People can keep judging, it's okay.
Yeah.
I don't mind. Me, I be my own way, no. Talk me, worry me.
Also,
Yeah.
online day.
Worry me.
Yeah.
I don't slap some of in this. But
Normally.
talk me, worry me, put
Sure.
it over, I want them up. Talk is cheap, you know. And what hurts me the most is I have lots of promoters, promoters now, people I used to be connected with even, who are promoters now. God bless TikTok came and it did a lot. I have lots of people, lots of Cameroonian entertainers, a lot of Cameroonian promoters literally boycott my product because of that notion. People who know nothing about how I run my affairs, people who know nothing about my person, people who know nothing about the values I uphold and the values I defend, they sit and they judge because maybe majority come and give them that, you know. But if person they can't see where the self you want it, they different. Now when I have 6 people to deal with, okay, I have to think different, you know.
Sure.
I have to go cost effective. I have to go more of a strategy until I balance the ship at a point where I can literally freely do stuff, you know. And, you know, it's a little different. And besides it's not really about finance. Besides the financial part, people should just realize that I'm producing lots of artists, and my machine cannot run like artists who produce just themselves.
That's true.
It's totally and
Fact.
completely different, you know. So I was just saying, I feel a little. It tickles me a little bit when I realize that our promoters today, they decided to forget to be that number one defender first.
Yeah.
As in, I'm an artist, but I'm also a consumer. I'm an artist, but I'm also a fan of other artists. So I don't listen just to my music. Who do I listen to when I feel like partying? Apart from my music, who do I listen to when I want to have a good time? Who do I listen to? I mean, you are a promoter, but you do enjoy music.
Sure.
So you literally boycott my song, which you enjoy, which is good, that you could naturally just enjoy and post and do a video like every other song. Because of that notion that the guy know the pay, you know. And so a lot of them do that. And I just, when I sit and I watch, I'm like, well, they don't understand.
They don't understand. They don't actually.
They don't yet understand that right now that the industry is still growing. People should make a lot of things about partnerships. You know, it's really about creating solid partnerships than, you know, just doing stuff. For example, let's be honest. 5 years ago, the people who were the main promoters of the industry were not TikTokers.
Yeah. Normally, TikTok self.
They were not TikTokers.
TikTok, it's better to not be there now.
We used to have the DJs who were running the show. Before the DJs, we used to have event organizers. If you did not go through them, nothing happened for you.
Sure.
Before that, we used to have radio. There were specific radio programs and TV programs.
Yes, on them.
You know, you pass to daily, you hammer. You pass to STV continuously, you hammer. Now it's no more the case, you know. Now, if you check the history, you will see that everything changes. One thing stays consistent, which is the music. The musicians are the steady people because they are like the people who keep entertainment intact.
Sure.
You cannot do without music. It's just
Normally,
you know. So I'm saying all these faces have changed, and some of them who existed in, you know, with certain waves left because they didn't create solid partnerships. I just think TikTokers now and promoters now need to understand that I mean, Snapchat was king yesterday and today is TikTok. Okay, what if tomorrow another application comes out? You know, are you done or what's happening? So you need to build beyond TikTok.
Yeah.
You if I'm the one, I would start having a problem calling myself a TikToker. I would want to build a career that places me as a promoter.
Sure.
So that if TikTok, you know, drops down, I am still that promoter. And I just think we can only do that through solid partnerships.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing the generation of today has, you know, put beside. They have
don't understand them.
you know, about, you know, women they need pay, shift the corner, women they need pay, shift the corner. I'm looking forward to building solid relationships with some of them and build partnerships, because these are the things that will go beyond business.
Yeah.
These are the things that will help us build, you know, and assist each other in the different domains and build something that can last. So again, I took long about this particular
No.
question.
No,
Don't be a belle, don't be truth.
now so okay, now so no be no. Now we talk and now we don't know, and you don't explain from the detail way all them could understand them.
Yeah, we understand now what is going on.
Well, man, no Adam.
All right, I
go
don't
ask
know.
Peter Leaf.
Thank you very much, guys. No, you talk thing you don't know about person. No, you just go talk some kind of thing. We not say online no be money family member. Any man video cancel because he don't like you, like the man he can talk something bad about you. You understand?
Especially today, we different have clear the air. Though we no go do, I will not clear the air for all man. Because not be all man go watch the video. There's small way go watch them.
Yeah.
Me they know say
Na
if
so.
Mr. Leo dey so na so na so.
Normally.
If you happen so na so na
Yeah.
so. Yeah. So Jordan have ask you dey tell we.
Yes.
We will dey for background. No know what the past. You give tell say na this thing the past.
I don't know. Drink your water. I don't know. I'll give the question, but
Feel free. I'm ready.
okay, man, ask some.
question.
All right, permit me to ask. We all know say, you and Asabage picking.
I will know.
All right, we all know say you and Asabage picking. Shout out, man. We all know say you and Asabage picking, and the media has covered your relationship with Asaba and how una the jointly take care for the picking. Because I know say you know if you picking must take care with the picking too. Yeah, how una the jointly take care for the picking. So we want to know how do you manage to maintain this type of relationship when facing the public?
What's there to face? What's there to maintain? I'm Joy's father. Osaba is Joy's mom. Okay, if we are no more together, Joy doesn't cease to, it doesn't stop existing.
Okay.
She has to exist. She has to be taken care of. She's not. She, you know, be as when we born them.
All right.
You understand? So co-parenting is a must. I don't know why people think it's something complicated.
All right.
You just get the way it hot for body small.
Okay.
Because
Okay. I get the one
just
thing for
go
Adam.
an extra mile, you know, to get things done.
Okay. I don't want to say for Adam. You know when I don't know, but I don't know whether all man know the one. When woman and man picking day. Something can happen along the line. They go talk say that girl don't leave, that boy don't leave. If not, the girl usually go. Yes, you don't leave that boy for go find better man who could take care for you. Then when now the boy leave the girl, it go be say they start to say
You don't use the girl
dumper. So, but I don't know. We don't know, but we want to ask the question, Mr. Leo, why you break Asaba
Why
heart?
you break Asaba heart, Mr. Leo?
What?
Why you break Asaba? Now some people they know that man picking
know
be
say
afford.
no man, na man picking the break
Any
woman.
relationship when man and woman separate, we know say na man picking be afford.
Yeah, but when a woman do and they will talk say you want to go find one we
So
yeah,
it's
so
okay
we
now.
no say why you break Asaba?
Uncensored Twin Podcast.
Romari. Yeah, that question. That's your fun.
Yeah, okay.
Why a broken heart?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that question might not have an answer because
Sure.
the question is not a question per se.
Yeah.
Now, wise man will tell me something. So when they actually tell me, I tell them. When they ask me a question, when they tell me, say you broke as
you know. Before I want start for talk the question, I start for explain our first because
why you
all man, you want talk something. They will talk say, okay, I don't break the girl heart. They will talk now say, I don't break the girl heart because I don't use it dump. I don't want use it now. I don't be like it. When you now come go, they will talk say, you now want to see different man way. So all one know now say, now man picking break with my heart. So that's why I had to ask the question, Mr. Leo, why you break Asaba heart?
It's really funny. Now I understand. Say, now actually, so people they think outside. Right?
Yes, some people that think I'm
Social media, that's
majority.
I see.
Maybe not be we, but
Yes.
people that the way they
No,
think
if
I'm
you the things who can afford the questions. When you study home out of 8,
yeah.
means literally half of the audience they
Could think so.
They actually think so somehow. I don't know how to answer that question. I would just say, like I said it once, we had moments I respect enough not to sit and talk about publicly.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I call it maturity.
Sure.
I call it privacy. And I call it respect.
Fact. Sure.
You know, you cannot be with a woman for years and then you take it upon yourself to just answer questions and say shit because you've been asked in public because you want to say stuff. So I most often I avoid talking about that topic because I mean, right now she's someone's woman.
Okay.
I have a woman. You know, you get at the way the topic feel go.
Normally.
You understand?
Yeah, go to
But I beg you. Now what we tell when I say
Talk lower.
life happened. Let me put it that way. Life happened.
Life happens. Sure.
It's not like well, I wasn't perfect. I'm not here to tell you that I was perfect.
Normally.
all I would say is life happens.
Life happen. Again, the way thing that it be.
And the most important thing is, are we fine now? Are we fine enough to jointly take care of our daughter and give her the life she deserves? Yes.
Oh, wow.
This is the most important.
Wow.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you very much,
Thank you.
Mr. Leo.
And I hardly talk about them because you know concern now.
All right, I get
The
it.
fees we gonna be fun.
Yeah.
The motel now.
Oh, see, not be so.
No concern.
Voila. All right, Mr. Leo, I get a very funny question.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Sometime the day you sing, if you carry belly, my sister, belly not throw away for Kameni.
Yeah,
For Kameni, and I come in. Yeah, you know in a video.
Shout out to Kameni.
They tell me, if you carry belly, not throw away.
Yeah.
You can't sing for Mimi. Je sais plus comment, I don't know French. Mais exprimer, je suis amoureux de la patron. You dey in love with Mimi, you know, see dating. At the end of the video, yeah, but I don't look that video, I finish watch and so I say, you come on, go. They still look for window, the one call you, they already go. I say, girl, you them very badly. You them.
You say they go lay down and sit and me I go survey.
But you begin to take it go. Go. Take it go.
Go was a man didn't know. Okay, I'll go to my house. Open man that one lay. Okay, I gotta be power man and leading guy.
Yeah,
man. Then God, the way they almost collapse, they giving me sleep.
Yeah.
Therefore, go me for my house. I don't care.
Yeah.
And that part now, I don't think I say I've been with man. So I've been.
So you actually come, you sing again with the Asaba. Say Asaba sing that part with you. You know, and say it's a very funny question.
Yeah,
you
very
don't charge
funny.
me to full bar.
Yeah.
It be my charger.
My charger.
So at this point, we'll get Mimi, we'll get Kameni, we'll get Asaba. Now you come back, you sing. You already sing song. We don't know why you don't know that time.
Yeah.
But you sing song. Say wait, see. Now for you, I go call my dada. Granny, between Asaba, Mimi, and Kameni, now who you want call your dada for, and why you never hear cut down?
No, I don't mean that talk.
Wow. You don't write na meanings for some.
Okay, you don't go and cut them.
Now some way for telling I say, I will go far for you. I say, so if I tell I say, now for you so well broke them my foot. For proof I don't give.
You go broke the food. We see how something like they do that.
Or if I say now because of you so well motor go jam me for the boya. So prove am. Mark go stand for motor jam me for proof say.
Now just swim up.
No be a matter of swim up. I'm serious. But I know must cut the dada. Normally, my dada be very precious for me.
Yeah.
And I can keep away something precious for you.
For you. Wow.
That dada goes beyond just the dread. It means I can make a big sacrifice for you.
Fact.
Thank you. But that's why now.
Asha, I know easy.
You know, it's about the sacrifice. And I go find them. They know say I like my dada and I want they so show me for work.
I know because
Why I gave for quota? I said. No, the question was among the three of them.
Yes. Now we in particular because we know say all them they popular. Yourself,
Well,
the Lion
the
of
first person, it was not for the person.
Yeah.
It was not for her. I used her as a video vixen.
Fact. Yes,
To
normally.
introduce her to
Yeah.
the industry. And then the second patron.
We just fall in love with them.
Was a video shoot.
Yes.
Somehow fans happen to believe everything they
They
say.
believe us. Now what are the accent for them?
Yes.
We are just here for the fans.
So when I believe all to myself.
We not actually believe
We're asking
for the fans.
That's why they call it a video shoot.
Yeah.
If you believe everything in a video shoot, it means every shoot I change a woman. It means every shoot na
Change my clothes.
The one for 30 video I don't shoot them.
30 different guys.
10 years. It means over 10 years I don't get 30 serious relationships.
now that was a funny question.
Funny question.
Funny question.
My point take on us is a very funny question.
Then the song I did with Asaba did with me because it's an Asaba song. It's a love song, but it was for joy.
Okay.
Right.
When you watch the video, then you get to connect the dots.
Yes.
It was the joy. It was for joy. This is two people who were together, who went their separate ways, but they understand the thing that connects them.
Yeah.
They are both telling her that you are our connection. You are the spark between
You
us.
find out people go grocery way at least. No, it needs a lot.
Yeah,
It needs a lot. I see some video online where something where the check online say some time back. Say Njaka tell Reme say
you want to go attend a friend's birthday.
Who's your friend? Is Monster.
It's not a birthday for a task.
Yes.
I mean, there's a call that detail.
Yes.
Yeah, they just tell me. I don't hear the end, but I don't go see it.
You see the beginning. And I approach that we're going to batons over the evoke as well.
Chai.
Yeah, no.
Life will not begin for a giraffe.
Yeah. At least a bunny fine no.
Yeah, normally.
But the beautiful thing is the fact that I think we succeeded doing that, connecting the kids and making her understand that Arika might not be her mom, but that's her little sister. If she worries enough to want to go for holidays,
yeah,
it's good. It's a good connection.
Well, Papa get the money. Where's he gonna do? Yeah.
Don't be lie,
Lionn.
Okay.
I accept the blessing.
Mr. Leo, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I also have this other question. They're always asking about your relationship status. Do you think they have the right to know about your personal life?
It depends on what they want to know. I'll always tell people what I reserve to be told, especially about my private life.
Yeah.
But of course, what do you want to know? What do you want to know about my
relationship
private life or relationship? What do you want to know? You want to know who I'm dating?
Are you single?
Okay.
That depends. I'm not single.
All right.
At all.
Okay.
I know the next one is, am I married?
Are you married?
Not yet.
Okay.
But yes and no.
Yes and no.
Yeah.
Make me understand.
Well, if I have to define marriage according to public opinion, it's a no. In my opinion, it's a yes.
Wow.
Because to me, it's paper. It's not what determines the commitment. It's necessary. We're getting there. But I'm married since. I treat my girl like my wife. I don't need to get married before treating her like my wife.
Okay.
I actually call her my wife. To me, it's practical. I learned to be a husband before becoming a husband, or I make her be my wife before becoming my wife.
Okay.
So I don't think it's until we sign those papers and I have to start practicing it,
How to.
So I'm married since. Now I check out.
All right.
So, Mr. Leo, who is this person?
Okay, why know the name?
No. You don't go far. You don't go far.
For you no talk.
One of the name. Are the people talk? It's kind of some big deal. Some more can cry my head.
No.
Her name is Blanche.
Shout out to you, Blanche.
We
love you, Uncensored Twins.
We love you.
Yeah.
Her name is Blanche. So Blanche. That's the person I'm dating now. Like, look, let's. So we just have to grow up sometimes. I'm 34 years, for God's sake. Would I be afraid to talk about marriage? Would I be afraid to talk about the woman I'm dating, if I'm going to be stable or not? When I was 24, I could say, okay, head is still hot. My height's in it. What am I hiding? There's nothing to hide. There's nothing to keep aside. I'm a full-grown man. I'm 34 years.
Sure.
I choose the life I live. I choose the family life I want to bring forth. And when it comes to relationships and couple goals and marriage, I'm not afraid to have those conversations. Just have one limit, I know if you go begin tell now how many times we
Things and things the past.
or the new way.
Yeah.
Something.
Tell me on. But at least I can tell you she's Blanche. She's from Douala. She's from Douala. She's in Canada.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the person Joy was trying to go see. We have a daughter, Arika. And Arika is the person Joy was insisting to go see for the birthday. It was Arika's birthday.
Wow. So lovely.
You heard me? Yeah?
So lovely. I think, the relationship be connected. I'm happy for Joy. I'm happy for Arika. Shout out to them. When they go grow, they will see the video. Shout out to you, Joy.
I call her Mama Arika.
Yeah.
Our daughter's name is Arika.
And then,
she's Blanche Sophie, aka Mama Na Ari.
Shout out to you, Mama Na Arika.
Wow.
Okay, Mr. Leo, thank you very much. So tell us about Lion's Academy for Arts and Entertainment. Like, what inspired you? What gave you that seed?
Why is there a grow up student?
Ask me, I can't guide him out. But this question is very important for me for a few reasons. Look, guys, I'll take my time to explain this one because I believe it's a video, it's a podcast, and you never know, it will stay online forever.
Yeah.
And maybe people will get to watch it some years from now.
Yeah.
maybe start seeing things through my eyes too. So far, we've existed in this industry for donkey years, and before coming into industry, people existed before us. Now, when you look at the entire entertainment landscape, both I hate separating it into French and English Africa, especially now that Africa is becoming, you know.
Yeah.
You'd see that we are a little far back when it comes to creating a system for ourselves, you know, as far as entertainment is concerned. Some 30, 40 years back, 20, 25, we used to be the king. In the days of Sanfran Thomas, in the days of Golden Sound, in the days of Manu Dibango and early Richard Bona, and lots of Makossa artists, and we could see artists and some who came from the north and southwest, Cameroon was king.
Facts.
My question is, what flipped? What happened that today we are struggling to thrive, right? And when I get to stumble on these things and dig deeper because I'm a producer too. So there are times I think as an artist, there are times I'm forced to think as a producer. Because I'm building a label and I want to see it grow. I want to build something sustainable. So after studying the industry for so many years and, you know, checking other industries and other record labels, I realized we've had no record label that stood the test of time. Do you know how many years how old Universal is? Do you have any idea how old Sony is? These are the record labels that have existed for hundreds of years. They succeeded keeping and maintaining a brand for hundreds of years. Whatever Don Jazzy is doing in Nigeria, I don't think it would end today. 100 years from now, you hear about Mavins that started, you know, some time ago, and it's becoming this huge entity. I can see a few in Ivory Coast growing up, you know. There's also what the label Diamond is bringing up. A few record labels are really standing out in Africa.
Well,
in most of the giant entertainment countries. The question is, what's happening to Cameroon? It's not about the arts. It's not about the active members of the industry. It's not about the fans. It's about structure, building systems that can sustain. So I'm giving all these details because we're about to talk about Lion's Academy. To me, it's very pertinent and it's a key factor when it comes to whatever we're trying to build. Lion's Academy came to me after the first rupture I had with the first set of artists I was producing. So we built something together and we succeeded. You know, you heard the names you heard because we succeeded somehow in doing the things we were doing. But at some point, you know, there was this rupture and stuff, you know. So in my mind, I'm like, what could really be the problem? I'm a businessman at the same time. I'm human. And when you mix the two, you start, you know, keeping away the idea of your thoughts are enough, you know. So when you think in the other person's shoe, you create a scenario where you can actually look at things from both ends. And if you're mature, you just tell yourself, okay, forget the things that person did wrong. What are the things I possibly missed that I'm supposed to correct with the next set of artists I'm handling?
Sure.
You know. So I realized that in Cameroon, we have gone beyond the skill level thing, you know. It's really not more about skills. Guys are skilled, man. We have talented beat makers heads there. We have talented artists everywhere. We have talented singers, talented musicians. They are mature. Everything is, you know, ready. But why is it like there's this circle? Some 3-4 years, artists come and go, you know. They would hardly stay. Okay, for example, if you talk about Nigeria, we started talking about Two-Face sings. We started talking about Davido sings. We started talking about Whiskey Timaya sings. Okay, Kiss Daniel came, all the rest came, Joe Boy, Fireboy. Davido is still there, right? Whiskey is still there, right? So over time, the numbers increase. So what happens to the singer is stronger because fans move from the old generation. They stay connected to the new ones. The old ones are still active. They remind them. There's this whole movement that's happening. But with us, first of all, considering the fact that most youngins, they come in the industry with the mentality to replace.
Facts.
I mean, you have lots of colleagues. Most of them think like that, right? So most of them come with the wrong approach already.
Yeah.
They already come with the mentality to come and replace these old guys. Well, that's pretty much impossible because you are talking about existing in a space that everything that concerns that space, each and every active member contributes in one way or the other. They also have this way of trying to repair and fix the industry from outside. But if I literally stay for your hustle, any you get involved with industry, it coach online, it keep away from the industry because if you say Nasu they get for doing. My question is, what can you fix from outside? What can you really fix in a system from outside? True. Because you need to be part of the system and then change something. And if you really want to change something, it's from within. Yeah. So when you start dealing with all these mentalities, it really plays in my head, and I'm like, what is my contribution to fix the mentality part? That's how the idea of the academy was birthed.
Wow. Yeah. Wow.
Okay.
Because at least for the first time, you have a structure where it's not just about your skills, but you're coming now so that they teach you how to be a professional in that domain.
Yeah.
I mean, you're doing skits, but imagine you had some 6 months study before going into this full time.
Yeah.
I'm sure you do things way different.
Better than
interact with people different. The kind of partnership you have will be different. You won't choose partners according to the G's you like in the industry. You choose partners according to capacity, according to what they bring to the table. You won't choose a manager because he's your G and was there with you since, you choose a partner because you choose a manager because this person has this skill and has this mentality and has this zeal and understand and buys my vision and can take me from point A to B.
That's true.
So I think the big issue in Cameroon is lack of professionalism.
Okay.
All right.
If people just decide to become professionals in their domain, it will fix a lot of, the mago, the bad, the bad energy around and stuff. Being professional means what? Being professional means if Jeff and Jack called me up for an interview and I check their stuff and I see that these are serious people and they mean business, it's not about the level. If I have time and I feel like as someone who existed in the industry, there's a need to give back. Now, this is me giving back in my own way, and I'd rather do this here with people who are serious.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much for that.
I'd rather do here with people who I believe are serious, So, going back to that answer, I think there's a big lack of professionalism in Cameroon.
Wow.
That is the main reason why we came up with the record with the academy. So this time around, you have a space where you can come. You're not just coming to learn music. You're not just coming to learn how to play the piano, how to sing. You are also learning what author's rights is, how to protect your rights as an entertainer.
Wow.
You're also learning how to move as an artist, how to deal with the media. You're also learning what public speaking is. This mic that we sit and use, it takes skills to sit here and talk comfortably and express yourself in a way that people understand,
Yeah.
So the whole idea of Lion's Academy is to transform creatives to professionals.
Very important.
So that they get into the industry ripe. They are ripe enough to maneuver their way through the complicated landscape that Cameroon has left for us. It's more complicated than you all can even imagine.
Yeah.
It's only when you get deeper then you understand that Cameroon is lacking a lot, and until we individually start doing something to contribute,
for sure,
a lot might not change.
Thank you.
That's the one reason for Lion's Academy. Wow. Just to convert youngins and aspiring artists to professionals. And it's not just about music, both musicians and artist managers. And so far, we have seen at least 200 students too that have graduated from the academy. And we have at least 50 in active spaces that we monitor from a distance and we see in different places.
Wow.
So that's why I'm just adding. That's why when I see people online who are trying to, decide exactly how people should contribute and give back to the industry, it really baffles me. Some say stuff and even call names like, oh, this thing they happen, you never talk about them. This thing they happen, you never talk about them. This thing they happen, you never do so. All the things I'm doing, do you know? You don't know.
You don't know.
You know, so I'm just saying everyone has their way of, you know, actively and genuinely contributing into the system. Some people like it public. Some people they like I will go do some one thing for orphanage, me they well know. Some people they like I will go some one prison, me they well know. But for me, it's not a must.
Things that not show people.
Things that are really to build. It's not about doing publicity. It's actually about building it. You know? It's actually about building it. Sure. And those are the things I've been doing for 5 years. That a lot of people have been insulting me and saying stuff and throwing shades, knowing nothing about these things, which is okay. At the end of the day, what shuts everyone's mouth?
Sure.
When you succeed
normally
doing the things you planned.
Sure.
Sure. That is when everyone sits quiet. But for now, people will say shit, people will not say whatever. Maybe it was Jesus film for YouTube, you'll see some people go make us so.
Yeah.
It means some not like Jesus. You understand? You go for Jesus films, or man will go put that hand so. It means say look that video so. No like that G. You understand? So that'll be me. You know?
Sure.
So that's how I process, you know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I also have this other question to ask.
Yes.
You have graduated 3 batches of students. So what's the most rewarding aspect of you mentoring upcoming artists?
The joy of it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
The joy of it, the satisfaction of it. I think I'm a natural and born teacher in the sense that I love doing it.
Wow.
Most cases, especially with friends. If I just know something small, so if you ask me, I just move paper. I want to explain.
Yeah.
You know, I learned earlier that the more you try to teach, the more you retain. So I kept that aspect and it became part of me. You know, I think you should try it.
Well,
each time you learn something, right?
Yeah.
If you want to keep it forever, teach it to someone.
Okay.
You teaching it to someone means you have to master it to your fingertips to be able to express it to that person.
To another person.
Yeah,
now you express it, you do it just to express it, but actually you're succeeding keeping it.
Sure.
Right.
So I do it a lot. You know, this is just at the side. But just to remind you, at the academy, I'm not the one teaching. Please.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I should correct that.
Yeah.
This is a full running school, and we're actually working with the
You have
government
teachers.
to get to the point where we start having certificates like an HND, or, you know, it depends on what we're trying to cover.
Sure.
Yeah.
This is a full running school. We have professionals who come to teach them. The only course I take is composition, which is what I master best.
Oh.
That's what I've studied for donkey years. So I take them through composition, music composition, and it's specifically the musicians, the ones that want to be artists, not artist managers.
Yeah.
So we have professionals from Malawi, Egypt. For the past 5 years, we've been doing lots of workshops. We go around the world. We attend almost all entertainment workshops just to understand, especially the production and record label thing, you know. So we succeeded keeping partners in all these countries. And when it was time to launch Lionn Academy, we had lots of professionals from, outside globally that are seeing them through. We have some that come in when they have sessions. So just to add more light, it's not a full year running program. It's a 4 months program that runs once a year.
Okay.
And for now, we don't take people from zero. We take at least those who have something already, then we can help carve it out for you. So we have professionals that come from outside. We have one person in Malawi. We have one person in Nigeria. We have a few people who are professionals here.
Oh.
We have one person in Egypt. You know, the ones that are outside, they see them through conference calls. You know, just once a while they get to come. The ones that are here, you know, they handle them. And I see them through just music composition.
Okay.
Which is what I master.
Okay.
So just to be clear, you know, when I say Mr. Liu get Lion's Academy, you know, they say you come within all the same class.
Yeah.
At least all man
Get a team.
Yeah, no. It's a school. It's a full running school. So the idea is to prepare guys for the industry, take them to build them up to professionals. For example, if you're about to be rich, but you need to say amen. You know what I mean?
Amen.
Money, no life budget.
No life budget.
So I was just saying, if you want to sign an artist tomorrow, for example, would you just be okay signing anyone you meet when you feel more comfortable signing an artist who is good and sings well, but you also have this extra confidence that the person came from an academy where he has been taught how to operate in the industry. Which one sounds,
No.
The Lion's Academy is not for Lion's Production. That's what people don't know. I'm not building the artists to sign them in Lion's Production.
Yeah.
I'm building artists for everyone.
All right.
It's for the system, it's for everyone. It's like a whole poetry, a whole space for creatives to come and thrive, especially young ones who don't have things we did not have. We're just trying to create that space so that they can come and learn one or two,
All right. Thank you very much. I believe there are plenty of people that will come out with, that will come for Can. That's cool, just from the way you don't talk. We will thank you very much for bringing out.
Come from different countries. Even. It's just that for now we're going according to capacity.
Yeah.
Every year we take just about 40.
Wow.
Last year we had like 300 invitations, 300 people who sent applied.
Okay.
So we had like 2 people from the US. We had a few people in South Africa, a lot of people around French Africa. We have people who are in a music school in the US, but feel the need to come here and understand, how it's done here. So that's just the scenario. That's the idea.
I don't know. I have this question, please.
Feel free.
We hear some rumors say that time when you do that collab with Flavor.
Yeah.
Shout out to Flavor. That time you do that collab, jamais. I think jamais. Yeah, there are some. And some will trend worldwide. And that way you do collab with Flavor, we hear some rumors and say, Don Jazzy proposed to sign you and you refused. So we want to know if not true.
Now just come for fans them.
No, nah. Yeah.
No. Fans we talk here. He proposed to sign me and I refused. Well, that's not true.
All right.
To start with. But we did connect in different ways.
Yeah, right.
I mean, there was a time he posted about me. There was a time he gave me a shout out.
Okay.
And when I was there, we didn't meet per se, but the things I did there and the connections I made, it made something happen. Wow. Especially I spent like a month there.
Wow.
I met with everyone. The people I'm close with most is P Square. One the people I'm really close with.
Wow. Okay.
And Flavor too.
Yeah.
And a few others,
All right.
But I didn't meet Don
Jazzy.
Okay. But there was a connection somewhere. There was a time just shortly after that. I think he shared my stuff or he tagged or he.
All right.
He mentioned something.
Okay, maybe not the way people they see and they just
so
say yes, he wants to.
When I replied, he went. There was this whole buzz about it. He did something.
All right.
So people now so come on and they did it.
They don't conclude them. Yeah.
They start waiting a song.
Yeah.
So if I meet any of my colleagues, a song must just come on. Because they just see you post a picture with Gasha. Where's the song?
Where's the song?
Where's the song? They just see you post a picture with Chidima. Where's the song? Sometimes we do like the pictures I took with Jamie.
Yeah.
All right. We had a full project that we're supposed to do. We're supposed to move from Cameroon to Ghana back to Nigeria. We moved around like for 2 weeks, and whatever we were doing was not even music. It's a different business. It had to do with cryptocurrency. The person they linked up to Cameroon, we paired up, we're trying to understand.
Also
it was lifestyle. We're gonna take pictures, we do stuff.
Normally I get for take pictures,
but fun they go Joe lifestyle. So I'm sure it's something like that with the Don Jazzy thing, and then people just
okay, they just think
then
maybe
my colleagues use it a lot. If you don't meet us on the airport, you take picture, you go sign and say collab loading. So find them to don't be used to.
They don't go check on the
best they just can join and post us. All right.
So that's the kind of that's what happened.
Thank you so much, the Lionn of Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, as you all know, Uncensored Twin Podcast is for the truth. Mr. Leo don't come for it, talk truth. Grand, I hope say never lie because we will not go online go to see comment section. Yes, God says time music now because we want to go confess on Gawo. And he get the way he be like music too. So, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you all for joining us today. Thank you for watching Uncensored Twin Podcast. We appreciate. We say thank you so much. I want to say thank you so much to Mr. Leo, the Lionn of Africa, for acknowledging us, like for coming to support us. As he talk about say Jack and Jeff is something a pity for the way they get that hard. They know they believe they could make us.
Yes, and
so it's something they put that energy. I decide for say make us support with. Yeah. So we want to say thank you so much, Mr. Leo. We appreciate you for joining us. And I say thank you to my co-host Faith Favor, Jeff, the man worth 2.5 billion online and offline and broke man. And so no. And thank you to me, your main host. If not be me, so small lighting to get where you get for happen. Wait, you know if you happen. Wait, thank you very much. Yeah. We just want to say I'm a comment again will keep you funny. We just want to say, Mr. Leo, if you get some people the way you want to do shout out for them, you get any person you want to thank you, anybody to say shout out to, we go just live for you around.
It's a long list. I mean, I will start by saying shout out to my team.
Yeah.
I mean, they have been keeping it going for me. Especially my main partner, Mr. Kijika Divine. Shout out to you.
Wow.
Shout out to your entire team. Romaric is here. All those who are watching, Mr. O'Neill, Alex, Gopher, Magic. Shout out to my entire team. I want to give a special shout out to my family. My mom and dad and boy, I say shout out to you.
Shout out to everybody.
My family is here. Even when I say they born me for boy, my repe de Moluko.
Yeah, you don't come back for boy.
My repe de Moluko. My no, the tribe of Kinam and Jack at that time.
Shy.
I just vanished me.
No, you do fine.
It's sad to talk about them, but my own people tried doing that to me. It's okay.
Yeah.
So shout out to my family. Shout out to you. Congrats. I mean, I like what you guys are doing. Shout out to the entire team. Most often we congratulate the people in front. We forget that those are the real soldiers behind making it happen. That's why I decided to give a shout out to my team first. I mean, if I'm doing all the things I'm doing, it's because
of your team.
Yeah.
And of course, shout out to me.
Yeah, the Lion of Africa. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all. Shout out to you all. Shout out to everybody. As we don't hear them, we say thank you for watching Uncensored Twin Podcast. Yeah. We appreciate. Come here on YouTube, CTB Studio. Watch us every Sunday, 7 p.m. Yeah, we say thank you all. Je suis fatigué,